Hello everyone and welcome to episode 16 of my Guild Wars 2 series. Today I am continuing my map completion of Diessa Plateaus and I'm going to try to get a lot done today, so let's go ahead and get started off on a fast pace. We have a scout right over here and we can go ahead and chat with them and see what is going on in this area of the world right here.
Our mills produce lumber for the legions, and that makes them easy targets for separatists. Furthermore, as we cut down trees, we disturb hostile wildlife. We've stationed guards at every mill, but they're not enough. Help them out so we can keep feeding the war machine.
So we can go ahead and help out the war machine, but first I am going to explore another special part of this map. So we have already explored two jumping puzzles in this map. It's actually Vista here, let's go ahead and grab it out. But there is a third jumping puzzle, and there is also a mini dungeon in this map, which I don't think we've done. Well, we've done one near Shaymore in Queensdale. Let's take a look at this vista. But yeah, there is a big mini dungeon that we can do, but there's also three jumping puzzles, one of which starts around about right here. This jumping puzzle is a jumping puzzle that I am actually kind of inexperienced with. I have not done it too many times, and I always have a hard time remembering how to start the jumping puzzle, but I believe it is right here if you're able to find our way up here. And then I think if we come over here to these ruins here, we can get into the jumping puzzle proper. So let's go ahead and climb up here. I think we don't have to go up that structure right there. You can just come up these rocks and then up these rocks a little bit more. And this is the jumping puzzle. So I'm always a little bit confused here and I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to go. I think we need to go over here on the far right. Not entirely sure. But we will go ahead and we will explore this jumping puzzle together. So I believe we could jump up right here maybe. No, I think it's actually right here we can run through. No, there's another thing somewhere. So right here, I think we can jump through here. We can. So let's go ahead and explore this area right here. I think we can jump up here a little bit. And I think we need to get like really high up and then we have to like jump over towards a rocky area. Let's go ahead and see what's right here. So I think I'm supposed to jump through this wall right here. So it's a little bit high up in the air, so I failed the jump, but it looks like that's kind of where we're supposed to be going. So let's go ahead and try this again. I think this is what we want to do. And I did indeed get through it. We'll see if it's actually what we wanted to do. Looks like we have the opportunity to climb up layer a little bit. Let's take a second to look right here. Not entirely sure. There's another player there. I'm going to go ahead and jump up over here and we'll see if this is the right spot to go. Let's go ahead and climb up here and then up here, and then I think we have to come all the way down here and then back around in order to get to the next area, but I am kind of noticing it seems to be a little bit of a dead end right here. And I see these rocks right here, but I think they're kind of like not actually part of the jumping puzzle. Let's go ahead and come back over here. There's a graw here that wasn't here, must have respawned. Let's go ahead and come over here and see what's going on right here. Looks like this other player is confused. Kind of looks like we could maybe jump up right here potentially, or maybe over here. There's a ton of stuff going on right here. Let's go ahead and see what this area is. I can climb up right there. It looks like there's onions right here, which might be a good sign of where to go. I see a tiger den, which is for a collection in the end game. Let's go ahead and come here maybe. Looks like maybe we could then jump over here and then up on the staircase here. I'm going to be completely honest, I'm kind of just doing this from like looking. I have very little memories of this right now, but I think if we could jump up over down here, and then yes, we made it to the end. There's the grand chest, there's some cows here, and a Graw Shaman. Let's go ahead and defeat this Graw Shaman, and then we can claim our rewards. That jumping puzzle actually feels pretty good to complete, because as I've said, I don't have too many memories of it, and it feels good to have accomplished something that I don't really know what I was doing going into it, and now I feel like I have a better understanding of it now. And with opening that chest, I have officially completed everything here, so let's go ahead and work on some of our tasks. So I have 2 tasks related to the lumber mills in this area, and I'm just going to go ahead and quickly complete each and every one of them. And we can also explore a little bit more of this area around here. There's some vistas, there's some point of interest, there's some waypoints. We'll just go ahead and get everything. Looks like there's a champion skill cup right here, which might be good for completing this task. Let's go ahead and help out here. Looks like this lumber mill is collapsing right now. It's getting attacked by the skilk.
Keep at it! Give no ground! Nearly have it! Keep striking!
And then just a few more attacks will down it, and then we can
Another
go
one
ahead
down,
and
and my
just get our loot.
adrenaline is pumping.
The beast is dead, but our mill has some damages. Can we continue like this?
Yeah, but our output is going to suffer until we get everything fixed. We're short on supplies for the repairs. Red Reeve will have what we need. I hate asking them for help, but we don't have much choice.
Don't worry. We can push through this and still put out more lumber than Red Reeve.
So it looks like that
Hey,
event did
I
not
need
do
you
a
to send
ton
word to
for
Red
us,
Reeve.
but let's go ahead and
We
come
got
over
supplies.
here and we can fight some skilk over here. I also got a 5-slot bag that I can equip, which is nice. So this event going on right now is actually very nice for completing this task, and I just completed it. A bunch of scale that are chopping down trees right here that were tamed by the chart here, and they're all variations of Ix at the end. So we got Vix, Fix, Mix, Six, Nix, Kicks. Let's go ahead and just leave this area. I do not care too much about that event going on right now. Let's go ahead and come over here, and we can get this vista up here, and we can explore more of this area to our southeast as well. A good shot of the mill there with the wall in the background, and we just leveled up to level 30, which means we unlock the next chapter of our personal story, but I'm going to go ahead and hold that off for a later episode. Let's go ahead and get, no, the event failed, maybe I should have stayed around. Let's go ahead and get these rewards here, and then we have some diving goggles right here, a very short jump compared to the last one that we did, but let's go ahead and jump down here. And then we can go ahead and come down into this cave here because there's a point of interest down here that we can get. And then there's also a waypoint over there that we can get as well. So let's just grab this point of interest first. Burnt Fur's pool. Burnt Fur is an important char from the original Guild Wars, and this must be some pool named after him. But let's go ahead and swim out of here, and let's go ahead and grab this waypoint. So this waypoint is one of those special waypoints because it is at the entrance to the map, and this is the secondary entrance into the map from Plains of Ashford. We came in through the lower level entrance, and this is the higher level entrance, so everything around here is level 23, but we can see there is part of the broken wall we could run through, and it would take us over towards Plains of Ashford right there at Martyr's Waypoint near the statue of Badazar. But now we have unlocked everything in this area of the world, so let's go ahead and come back north here, and we can come to this other mill right there. So at this mill there are a ton of separatists around here. Let's go ahead and just help out and deal with this. But I see over there on the hill there are some sniper rifles, so after this group let's go ahead and run over to them and see if we can have some fun with those. So let's go ahead and come up onto this ridge here, and then let's get in the sniper rifle, and let's go ahead and start shooting away at some of these separatists. It looks like I basically one-shot them. I didn't completely one-shoot them with the amount of health they have, but I do put a ton of bleeding on them. I just one-shot that one, that's nice. But let's go ahead and just keep going around, and I can keep shooting them over and over. Looks like there are a ton of separatists here. I believe, yes, there's an event that is starting here. So let's go ahead, and I don't think I can fire at the trebuchet, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that event anyways. Let's just go ahead and just fight a few more of these separatists here. Fight in quotation marks because I am sitting here far away from them and just keep blasting them away. So this veteran has a ton of health, so we have the opportunity to attack it multiple times, which means we can put many stacks of bleeding on it. Looks like kind of capped out at 15 right there. And let's go ahead and deal with this marksman as well. And I think with that marksman dying, we have completed this task. We can go ahead and grab this waypoint right here as well. And then we can come down here and grab all of this nice loot that is right here. And I'll loot that one, and then I'll come over here and loot these three. You can loot from pretty far away. and let's go ahead and come over here to where we have a new scout that we can talk to. The scout is right outside of a big char camp here. Let's go ahead and see what she has
The
to say.
Flame Legion invades our territory, and the Bloodsaw mill workers take the brunt. The mill would benefit from having additional workers for defense and to relieve some of their workload. The Flame HQ lies northeast of the mill. We've been watching them, but we don't have the resources to wipe them out. We'd appreciate any assistance you could offer.
So let's go ahead and help out this mill and launch an offensive against the Flame Legion. So there are actually two big areas of Diessa Plateau that we have not explored yet. This is one of the areas, and this is actually technically the final area that we have to explore in this zone. And I'm going to go ahead and explore it first before I explore the other one. Let's go ahead and grab this waypoint, and then I'll come over here, and I see there is a point of interest here, and then we can work on this task right here. So let's go ahead and just cut down some of these trees, and we can throw them in the fire pit, I believe. We have an explosives kit right here that we can use on these tree stumps, and I believe we can also use it on the wasp nest. So we want to use the plant bomb and then throw a grenade to be able to get the wasp nest. And then we can go ahead and just continue working on this task here and helping out the char around here. And I just need a little bit more. Let's see if this
When you're
wasp
hot,
nest does it for us,
you're
and
hot.
it does. We just leveled up to level 31 second time this episode. You can go ahead and just grab a random reward there. You can also grab our task reward, and then let's go ahead and just grab this point of interest, and there's a couple waypoints over here as well. So let's come in here and let's go ahead and assault this Flame Legion camp here. So this is one of the two metas in this map. Metas used loosely is not really a big deal. This one's definitely a bigger deal than the other one though. But here we have Flame Legion battles, and basically this entire Flame Legion camp we will eventually assault, and we will try to take over, and there's several events here where we are basically trying to destroy the Flame Legion here and capture some control points, and doing so actually unlocks a portal to a very special area in this map. So we can actually head to this area in the map and get the map completion objectives there without the portal. We can just run up over there, but there's a big Flame Legion temple in that area that we can only access by going through this portal. And this Flame Legion temple is actually the area where there is the mini dungeon, and it is a very big and very complex mini dungeon. And I was kind of thinking about if I want to do it right now in like this episode, since we're kind of exploring through here. And I think it is best to save that for another day, because there is some content in there which I think would line up nicely with going back through there. But we'll go ahead and get all the map completion objectives around there as well. And I guess it's kind of nice that we weren't planning on doing it in this episode, because we aren't able to do it right now because we have to have control of this camp, and currently the event is not active in order to come into this camp. So we want to be able to go through there, and I might have to sit around here and wait a while for the event to start in order to get through there. So overall it's just nice, I guess, that we are not doing it right now, but we can finish this task and this vista and then head over to that new area. So let's go ahead and do just that. So I just remembered / noticed when we level up to level 31 we unlock the elite skill, and currently we do not have any thief elite skills unlocked. So let's go ahead and change that. And I think I want to come into, what is it, tricks? Yes, tricks, and I want to unlock Dagger Storm, which is one of my favorite thief elite skills in the game. Let's go ahead and learn some traits here as well. I just learned one new trait, which we apply vulnerability when we steal. Go ahead and just equip that, and we'll also equip Dagger Storm. So let's go ahead and come over here. We'll group up these two enemies here. Maybe let's try to grab this stalker there as well. This stalker did not attack us even though we were close. Let's go ahead and just kind of let them group up. It looks like they might not actually all come together. Maybe if we run far enough away this way, and then let's go ahead and come here, and I'll go ahead and use Dagger Storm, and I will deal a ton of damage. Wow, that dealt more damage than I was expecting it to. It deals a ton of damage to all the enemies around us. It is a 90-second cooldown, so this is definitely something we want to use when we have like a big group of enemies, or maybe a very powerful enemy. You can use this. It deals a ton of damage, as we just saw. It also deals bleeding and cripple. It increases our movement speed, and is also an evade, so we take no damage really. Sometimes we take a little bit, but we mostly take no damage. And there's also a combo finisher for a whirl combo, so if we were in like a fire field, we would be dealing a ton of fire damage to any enemies. And on that note, we completed the task there, so let's go ahead and just fight this enemy guarding this vista here and take a look at this vista. Very cool shot of some Flame Legion sorcery that looks like it bugged out at the last second there. And I believe that is technically the final task and the final vista in this map if you had gone through it the proper way. But let's go ahead. Oh, I missed a waypoint down here. Go grab that real quick. Got this waypoint, and let's go ahead and head to that special area that I was talking about, which the closest waypoint here is the one by the lake. And then we can just run up this hill here and we can reach the Flame Legion tombs. So this is the very cool location that has a waypoint and a vista here that we can get, and also is the location of the mini dungeon, which is through that entrance down there, but we can only get to it through the portal, to my understanding at least. But it is a location that we will explore in the distant future. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at what this area looks like from an aerial point of view. Very cool location. And now let's head to the last area of Diessa Plateaus that we have not explored yet, which is this northwestern area. So let's come all the way back here near the entrance to Diessa here at the Charadis estate, which we explored last episode, and we can head north of here. So this area features a couple of cool things, one of which is it's next to the entrance to the Norn areas. So this is kind of like the closest entrance to the Shiverpeak Mountains from where we have started as a char. And this is also technically the entrance to the map if we were coming from the Norn areas. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to skip past all these events going on right here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the entrance from the Norn point of view. Very shortly, we will be exploring the Norn areas, and we'll be exploring Norn culture and the Norn story very shortly, but for now we still have a little bit of char stuff left to explore. But let's go ahead and get this hero challenge so we can fight this Norn shaman here, which transform into Snow Leopard, which is one of the very cool things that Norn can do. It can transform into different forms of their spirits. This is an example of the Snow Leopard. Let's go ahead and just finish off this hero challenge, and we can go ahead and come down here and take a look at this scout right here and see what they have to say.
Welcome to Diessa Plateau. Traveling east of the Haven, you'll find a few of our soldiers are on holiday, celebrating Meatoberfest. It's a grand festival where you can eat and drink as much as you want. The only downside of the festival is that it makes us regular targets for separatists. The noise also causes us grief with the dredge. They have a large base of operations north of the festival, and if they're not bothering us here, they're off bothering the miners at the quarry. We'd appreciate any assistance you could offer us. And don't forget to have a good time.
So there's a ton of stuff going on right here related to the dredge and the separatists, as well as the other meta event that is like the less important one. Let's go ahead and come down here really quickly and we can explore this area. I think there might be a point of interest right here actually. And there's an event going on in here. There's no point of interest, but we can go ahead and grab some of these worm eggs and we can go ahead and turn them in. So the other meta here is Meatoberfest, and we will go ahead and head over there in a few moments. And it's a giant celebration of celebrating, where basically there's just a ton of char there. They're brawling each other, they're eating meat, they are drinking beer, and they're just having a good old time. Let's go ahead and turn in these eggs, which might give us some credit towards our task there. So we'll go ahead and just continue working on this event a little bit, and we will be able to complete this event, and we will also be able to progress our task a little bit. And now that that event is complete, let's go ahead and come over here. I ran past this point of interest because I was kind of just beelining for the haven here in northwestern Diessa to take a look at what that area looks like. So let's go ahead and come back really quickly and we can get this point of interest, and then we can walk into the village of Butcher's Block. So a ton of the events around here, like the one that we just did, have to do with Meatoberfest, and they're all kind of like basic fun events. That one's just collect some worm eggs, and some of them are like defense events where we are defending against separatists or we are defending against dredge. But we are kind of just doing everything we can in order to help out Meatoberfest, to make sure it is going on okay, and to make sure that the char here are having a good time. So here is the village of Butcher's Block, and the main way that I like to complete this task here is to basically just deliver meat and alcohol to all of the people around here. So we have this bottomless stomach soldier here, so if you were to get this meat rack here, give it to this soldier, And then we can go ahead and head back to the meat rack and then do the same thing, because he has a bottomless stomach. No matter how much food we give them, they will continue eating
at any cost.
the food over and over and over again. And then this is the last meat rack right there. Over here we can see there's an unquenchable thirst soldier right there. So let's go ahead and run down here, give some alcohol to him, run back up here, get more, run back down,
Thinking about pickled
repeat.
worm eggs, slimy, blackened, deep fried. Got my stomach growling. I want to help cook.
Leave the cooking to me. Hey, watch it! Don't drool on anything.
Check it out. It's cheese and meat. Cheesy meat.
Need something?
Can I have cheesy meat?
Hungry cub is hungry.
This area is also really fun because there are a ton of fun dialogue conversations going on around here, where if you spend some time around really a lot of areas in this game, honestly, there are a ton of different kind of somewhat hidden dialogue conversations that occur, which if you just take a moment to just like sit around, you can experience. Of course, not every single area, but especially in cities, there are a ton of stuff going on. And I think I only need to make one more delivery here, so let's go ahead and do just that. And then we can go ahead and get some of the other map completion objectives in this area. Get our task reward here. Get this waypoint over here, and then we can go get that vista, and then the point of interest, and then the next task, which is just north of here. So here is the vista in this area, which should give us a nice view of this village here and all the celebrations that are going on. And with having unlocked that vista, we can come down here and get this point of interest. This is a little bit of like a training arena, as well as like a brawling in general arena, which we might be exploring at some point in a future episode with some future story. But let's go ahead and run north of here, and we can go ahead and fight some dredge. So dredge are a new race of people that we have not fought yet. They are basically mole people, and they were big enemies in the original Guild Wars, both in factions actually in Cantha, as well as Eye of the North, I believe, were like the only two occurrences of them. There might have been a time in Prophecies that they showed up, not entirely sure. But back in Guild Wars, they were oppressed by dwarves. They were basically slaves, but they gained their freedom when the dwarves disappeared during the events of the original Guild Wars. And now we see here in Guild Wars 2 that for the most part, there are some exceptions, but they are mostly hostile creatures that are basically just threatening the lives of many people around the world, and we will be consistently dealing with them, especially in Norn areas, where when we create a Norn, we will be dealing with a ton of dredge, and as we explore the Shiverpeak Mountains, we will continuously be dealing with the dredge. But there are a couple of tasks here in Diessa Plateau where the dredge are doing a ton of stuff around here, so for the rest of this episode we'll just be dealing a little bit with them, including this task right here, which we are half done with, and it looks like there are no other map completion objectives right here in this immediate area that we need to get. So we can go ahead and just finish up this task. We have a veteran dredge right here. Let's go ahead and use our dagger storm against it. Let's see how much damage we can deal. We're dealing a ton of damage. We actually killed that excavator over there. And I think we almost destroyed this mining machine, which we can kind of cleave down with this dredge here. A very powerful elite skill. It's definitely good that it's on a 90-second cooldown, because we would be dealing a ton of damage if it was not. And we are so very close to completing this task. Just need one more dredge dead, and then we can go ahead and head east of here, and we can basically finish up most of what we have left to do here in Diessa Plateaus. One of which is this waypoint coming up, and another of which is a hero challenge up here on the hills over here. So let's go ahead and grab both of these. This area right here is really pretty. I love this forest and like the green and red trees here with all the hills, and then we have this charm quarry in the background. Let's go ahead and grab our level up reward here, simple sharpening stone, and then we can go ahead and come up here and we can do this hero challenge here. It looks like my elite skills off cooldown, so it should make this hero challenge pretty easy to deal with. Just wait a second for us to be able to attack them, and then let's go ahead and activate it, and we are just ripping through them, and we killed all the other mobs around here, and veteran Sharptail is almost dead, so we can go ahead and finish her off. And then it looks like another Devourer joined the fight here, but very easy hero challenge because of how powerful we are right now. With the build that I kind of have going on right now, it's like very much like a knife master, where I'm wielding 2 daggers, and I also have Dagger Storm as my elite skill, where I'm just constantly attacking with very like light attacks that don't deal a ton of damage, but I'm doing a ton of attacks over and over and over, so I'm just kind of like ripping through everything. But here at the quarry we have more dredge, and right now there's an event going on which is very convenient for us, where the dredge are attacking and they are trying to steal equipment, and I believe this quarry basically gets completely cleaned out of char if we are not able to successfully defend this area. So let's go ahead and help out here. I kind of came off on my own. I was just attacking a ton of dredge up here, and it looks like a bunch of equipment is being stolen. So let's go ahead, and it looks like there's a bandit here that we can go ahead and intercept. So let's go ahead and try to destroy the bandit. And it looks like he might, oh, so he had a piece of equipment on him. Let's go ahead and just destroy this personal carrier. Actually, there's a bandit coming here. Let's go ahead and try to just destroy this bandit, and then we could go back here and deal with the dredge here. This looks like a good opportunity for Dagger Storm. And it indeed was. We are almost done with this task. Let's go ahead and run down here and see if we can find any bandits down here. Looks like there's just a ton of dredge in general. So let's go ahead and come up here where I see some dredge as well as a personnel carrier, and we can go ahead and deal with them. And I believe with dealing with this group, we will have completed this task, which is the last task for us to complete in this map. So let's go ahead and just grab the reward for that. 1 silver, 1 copper, 202 karma, and then we can go ahead and run up here where we have a vista here, as well as the last area for us to explore in this map. So let's just make our way over to this vista and take a look at this area. And then let's go ahead and head into this cave over here, which has a ton of spiders in it, as well as cobwebs that I just ran through here. It's called Spider Nest Cavern. That's definitely telling of how many spiders there are around here. And it looks like there's also one more area down there which we can explore here. Let's go ahead and grab this hero challenge first, which I believe this hero challenge is actually a consume challenge, where we pick up an item and it is a piece of food that we don't necessarily want to eat, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyways for the sake of map complete. Go ahead and get this magnificent meat that says it's tasty meat. This actually seems like it is actually good. Let's go ahead and eat it. And it looks like it made us slightly bigger, and we are now glowing, which some doctors would say is a bad thing, but I'm going to go ahead and consider it good. And let's run out of this cave here, and there is a champion cave spider there that I don't think I'm going to deal with right now, so let's go ahead and just dip out to the right here. And I believe there is just one waypoint left for us to get, which is just right out here, and then with unlocking this waypoint we will have completed the map. So let's go ahead and run down here and get this waypoint, and we have uncovered every piece of the map as well, and we can go ahead and get our map reward here, which we got a transmutation charge, some sage leaves, a great sword, and heavy hand armor. So not too much that's good for us right now, but still has some nice salvage opportunities for us. And it's also 2 brand new skins that we haven't unlocked, which is also nice. And we can get this transmutation charge, and we can read this letter that we got titled "Fantastic Work Exploring Diessa Plateau. Greetings, traveler. The Terran Explorer Society has heard you've become quite a hero throughout Diessa Plateau. Well done. These are not easy times, but you made the most of it. We await further news of your travels eagerly. Best of luck, Terran Explorer Society." So with that, we have completed the second map here in Ascalon, the second map for the Char, and I'm going to go ahead and head back to Black Citadel because there are 3 points of interest that we need to get, and it is also where we are going to be starting off the next episode. But first, really quickly, I'll go ahead and just grab these 3 POIs. One of which is this horn right here, which is Stormcaller Triumph. Let's go ahead and talk to this Char here.
Yes.
Stand proud before the testament to our heroic victory over human occupation. So this is the legendary Stormcaller in all its glory. The enchanted horn, the human tyrant, Rurik sounded to summon lightning and death down upon our great hero, Bonfaz Burntfur. They say Rurik's attack was nothing but a cowardly ambush. The conniving Ascalonians, unable to defeat us through force of arms, sneaked around behind us and summoned lethal magic with this horn. So this is a reference to one of the missions in the Prophecies in Guild Wars. But let's go ahead and come in to the Imperator's Core here, where we have 2 quick point of interest to get, one of which is actually an area that we are going to be exploring next episode. So I might just grab the POI really quickly, and then we'll kind of take a look at everything going on there next episode. Actually, it looks like both point of interests are in here, so let's go ahead and just take a quick glance in here, and we'll be exploring this a little bit more. This is the equivalent of basically the Queen's Throne Room in Divinity's Reach, which is where the Iron Tribune here, a Bureau Goreblade, is, as well as the Imperator of the Iron Legion, Smolderingly Unflinching, reside. We can go ahead and just run in here real quick, and then we can grab this point of interest, and then we can leave back to the Black Citadel, and we will see what rewards we got, and we'll explore more of this area next episode. We got our map completion chest here, which is just a transmutation charge and some experience because it is a capital city and not an actual map. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my inventory a little bit here. We have an unidentified die here. Let's go ahead and double click it, and we got a purple tint die that we can unlock. Let's go ahead and grab some more salvage kits here, which would be very nice for us. And now that my inventory is all cleaned up, let's take a look at our road map here. And you can see we have completed the Black Citadel, we have completed Plains of Ashford, and we have completed Diessa Plateau. Next in our journey is our personal story, where next episode we're going to go ahead and take a look at Chapter 3 of the Char personal story. But as far as this episode goes, I'm going to go ahead and call it good here. I hope you all enjoyed watching. I very much enjoyed playing through this. I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves. And remember, drink some water, check your posture, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time in the world of Terria. Thank you, Iron Legion Soldier. Goodbye.